Hello class, and welcome to the Microsoft Excel Microsoft Office Specialist Exam Preparation Workshop. My name is Bill Berquist and I'll be your instructor for this lesson. This short workshop will show you the following Microsoft Office Specialist 365 objectives for the Excel Certification Exam. Format a table, modify a table, and lastly, convert a table to arrange. Let's go to Excel. Okay everybody, here we are at my Excel spreadsheet. We're going to talk a little bit about the Excel Microsoft Office Specialist Certification Exam objective on formatting a table of data and modifying that table. Okay, so I have a simple table here. We are the Computer Training Center, and we keep track of the scores for all the candidates, about 20-something candidates, for their Microsoft Office Specialist Certification Exam tracking. And we're going to do some things to this table here and make it easier to work with. So formatting and modifying a table. All right, I'm going to go back up here to the Home tab. The first thing we're going to do is talk about formatting as a table. Now there's lots of ways to format your table. You can do it manually, but one cool option that Excel has is formatting your data set as a table. So with my cursor anywhere in the table, doesn't matter where, I've got a format. I'm on the Home tab on the ribbon. I've got the Format as Table button up here. I'm going to do Format as Table. Notice now the table formats are broken up into three main sections: light, medium, and dark, just like a cup of coffee. Okay. On the exam, you're going to be told to format it to either light, medium, or dark, and as long as that triggers in your mind, oh, okay, it's going to be in the medium section, you can narrow down your choices. You're not rolling the mouse all over the place trying to find it. Okay, so we'll pick this medium one right here, Orange Table Style Medium 3. I'll click it. Where's the data for your table? The entire table here, A8 to F34. My table has headers. I'll hit OK. And now my table is formatted. Looks real good. And I have my filtering turned on with my drop down arrows. All right. The next thing we're going to do is name the table. Once your table's selected, you're given a new ribbon option up here under Table Tools called Design. So this is what's called a context-sensitive ribbon. Whenever you click something like an object or whatever, you get new ribbon options at the very, very end. That's called context-sensitive ribbons. So if I click away from it, I'm back to my regular ribbon, my Home tab. But when I click in my table, I get my context-sensitive ribbon. If it doesn't pop up, you just have to click Design up here at the very, very end. All right, looks good. Now the next thing, we're going to name the table. So I'm going to click up here under Table Name, and we'll call it Exam _ List, and I'll hit Enter. And now the table is named. All right, now the table is named. The next thing I want to do is we can talk a little bit about the options over here, table style options. Remember, when it comes to all these Microsoft Office exams, you really, really have to know your ribbon. Okay, that's a time monster. You're taking the exam, that clock is counting down. You want to know right where to go to do something. You don't want to spend a lot of time. Well, is it over here? Is it over here? Is it under data? Is it under page layout? You want to be able to go right to the ribbon. And if you can break it up into your groups right here, that'll save you some time. If you can just sort of memorize some of the groups. All right, in the table style options, you've got, let's see, a total row, banded rows. Banded rows and columns. Banded simply means every other color. Orange, white, black and white, black and white, black and white. Okay, that's banded. I can remove that and the colors go away. If I do banded columns, I get the opposite. Okay, now the columns are every other color. And I'll put it back over here to rows. But I'm going to turn on my total row. When I click my total row checkbox, I'm going to get a new row, 35 down here, and by default it adds up all the scores and gives me a grand total of 20,000. But I don't want that. I want to see the average score. So I can click here and pick average, and maybe get rid of the decimals. There we go. Maybe I want to get a count of all the exams. So I can go over here. And I can probably go anywhere, but I'll just go over here and pick count. All right, and I've got 26 exams. All right. After that, I can do some filtering. Let's say I only want to see CIT exams. What I do is I click my down pointing arrow up here and go to select all, and then just CIT. And there's just the CIT students, 10, and their average is a 743. Okay. I only want to see Excel exams. So I go over here and pick Excel and hit OK. And 4 CIT students have taken the Excel exam. All right. If I only want to see passing scores, which is 700 or higher, I can go to my score drop-down arrow, my filter, number filters, and greater than or equal to. Not greater than or equal to. Exactly 700 is passing. So I'll go over here and type in 700. And it's greater than or equal to. Hit OK. And there we go. 3 CIT students passed the Excel exam with 700 or higher. Okay, so they passed. All right. If I want to remove the filters, I can go over here and clear. Okay, or I can go up here to sort and filter and pick clear. And all 26 rows are back. Okay, all 26 rows are back. All right. Now the next thing is you can convert this table to a range. So I'll go back over here to design. Okay, and then convert to range. I definitely got this on the certification test, so a pretty good chance you will too. I'll convert it to a range and I'll hit OK. All right, looks good. If I want to delete the total row, I can go over here to anywhere in row 35, go up here, pick delete, and do sheet rows. And that row is gone. All right, looks good. Now let's go ahead and try doing a practice question now. All right, let's do a practice question on this. And what you want to do here is make sure you keep up the pace with the time. Remember that clock's counting down. You don't want to waste a lot of time looking for stuff. So I'm going to click anywhere in my table, and here we go. Format the table to blue table style medium 6. All right, the word medium is triggering in my mind there. Okay, so I'm going to go anywhere in my table, go to format as table. There's my medium section, so I know I'm in the right area. Okay, I'll come over here. It's in the 6th column. Blue table style medium 6. Always double check it. Make sure you're picking the right style. And it does have headers. There's my range. I'll hit OK. And now that's done. All right. My cursor's still in the table. Name the table exam underscore list underscore 2. So I'll go up here in my name, my table name, exam underscore list underscore 2, and hit enter. And now my table is named. Double check the spelling. You don't want to get dock points for a misspelled word. All right. And let's go to step number 3. Read the steps carefully and thoroughly. Don't just read the first 4 words and then start clicking stuff. Okay, read the whole thing. Turn on the table total row and find the average for the score column, and also count the exam column. Format the average result to display no decimal places. Okay, so I'll click anywhere in the table. I'm already there. Total row. I want to get an average of my scores. I want to count the exam column. There we go. 26. And format the average to no decimals. So I'll go home, decrease decimals, and I am done. Okay. All right. Average. All right. Number 4. Apply a filter so only students in the AOT program who have taken the word exam that passed with a score of 700 or higher display. All right. So I got 3 criteria: just AOT students, just the word exam, and 700 or higher. All right. So here we go. Does it matter which order you do them in? Absolutely not. Okay, any order you want. I start from left to right. I'm just a creature of habit. That's how I do it. All right, so just the AOT program. Exam. Was it Word? Okay. And scores of 700 or higher. Number filters, greater than or equal to 700. Now, even if you pick the wrong one by accident, you can always pick it from over here. Okay? Might save me a few seconds there. I'll hit OK, and there we go. We have two people. They're both AOT. They both took Word, and they both over 700. All right? Convert the table to a range. With my cursor anywhere on the table, go to the Design tab. And then over here, convert to range, and say yes. Okay. And then the last step, number 6, delete the total row, row 35. All right. Big mistake here. You don't just highlight the data and hit, you don't just highlight the data in row 35 and hit delete. That's not what the question asked. The question asked to delete the total row. So you're going to go down here anywhere in row 35, doesn't matter where, and then go up here to delete sheet rows. Okay, and now the whole row is gone. Another option you can do to save some time, I'll hit undo and bring that row back. You can right click the row number 35, right click on it, and then delete row. And that's probably a little bit quicker than going up to the ribbon. But I want you to know your ribbon, so make sure you really know your ribbon. Okay, so that completes all 6 steps in my format and modify a table and convert a table to a range worksheet. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next objective.